Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá o, mo kí wa lórúkọ Olódùmarè o. Mo kí wa lórúkọ àwọn tó dá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kí gbogbo wa ní orúkọ àwọn orí adé, àwọn lọ́balọ́ba, àwọn ìjòyè. Lọ́wọ́ àwọn mo kí wa lórúkọ àwọn balógun. Mo dẹ̀ gbà ní mo wúre pélẹ̀ Yorùbá kò ní parun o. Pé gbogbo ìta fẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá Olódùmarè á fún wa o.
Àṣẹ.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ o. Mo kí the general manager of TYF for despite your travels all over the world. Ẹ ṣì ní time láti bá wa host room òní. Dáadáa yín ò ní bàjẹ́ o. Látijọ́ ìta àti wo wá tíjọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. From the beginning, kò sẹ́ni tó fún wa lówó, kò sẹ́ni tó fún wa ní kọ́bọ̀. We put our life on the line for the sake of the Yoruba race. Mo kí yín o, mo more o. I have to say this. Àwọn ni wọ́n host Think Yoruba, àwọn ni host o. So tẹ́ ẹ bá ń béèrè pé ta ló yin mò ń kí. Mo rẹ̀ kí àwọn Madam Àjọkẹ́ Adé, àwọn Yèyé Lúwà, Madam mi fẹ́ porúkọ yín gangan ta. Mo kí gbogbo wa pátá. Pé látijọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. We are so grateful. Mo kí gbogbo àwa ọmọ Yorùbá that we are doing our best in different capacities. Gbogbo àwọn tó lọ form different organizations náà ten preach Yorùbá conservative ideology. We are grateful. Kárìn kápọ̀ yẹni because a gbọ́dọ̀ concentrate the arrows kó pọ̀ lórí TYF jù. At least lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan kan tiẹ̀ mọ attack other people too. Torí ibi tó bá ti ń gba ọfà jù kò sí b'Olódùmarè ṣe lè dáàbò bò tó. Yóò rẹ̀yàn toró mọ́ ń rẹ ìjà náà lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. So a kí gbogbo yín pátá, no nonsense. Bayo Bilisi, my comrade Bonka, Mr. Olaleye, everybody, gbogbo yín pátá ni mo kí. Gbogbo yín pátá, Mr. Boda, gbogbo yín pátá ni mo kí. Defender, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí mi ò pè gan tẹ́ wà ní audience, mo kí gbogbo yín. Today's topic is a very powerful topic. Today's topic, ṣé rí tẹ́ bá wo gbogbo ohun tí mo fẹ́ discuss lónìí, kò sí only àwọn maybe few Yorùbá intellectuals òun ni wọ́n ti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí tí mo fẹ́ discuss yìí. Wọn ò tó 20 or 10. And ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn ọmọ wa problem tó máa dé bá ìran Yorùbá in the next 10, 20, 50, 100 years ni mo fẹ́ discuss lónìí. Ẹ rí i pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ nínú TYF àti archive, Spotify, YouTube, because ó lè mọ́ wúlò ṣe àǹfààní púpọ̀ fáwọn ìran yìí, but àwọn ìran kan á gbọ́, wọ́n á lò and they will follow it to the letter, to the T. Torí ìran Yorùbá ò lè parun. Ìran Yorùbá ò lè parun. Tó yẹ pé kó ti parun ni, ó yẹ kí ìran Yorùbá ti parun ní 19th century. But so kò lè parun. So we are going to continue to flourish. Ṣé rí ìran tó bá dẹ̀ ń pass through, tá ń pass through, ìran tó yẹ pé tó bá survive wọ́n máa ń di super power ni. So ìran Yorùbá ò lè parun. So the topic is Yoruba as an ethno-linguistic identity, ethno-religious identity. Màá tẹ tí ó sàlẹ̀ bá wa táwọn lè bá wa edit Yoruba as an ethno-linguistic, ethno-religious identity ni. Kò ń ṣe is an ethno-linguistic, ethno-religious identity. Ṣé mọ̀? There are two parts to the lectures. We have to talk about what has happened during the week. And ká tó wá lọ sínú the topic proper. And I'm going to be very, very blunt ní òní. And I'm going to be very, very direct. Ṣé rí, mo fi Olódùmarè bẹ̀ yín, ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ máa rántí mi nínú àdúrà. kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa rántí TYF fún àdúrà. Mo fi kẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀ rántí wá náà àdúrà gan-an ní gbogbo ìgbà. Some people messaged me, some people tagged me, and some people got across to me. There's an Igbo guy that got across to me pé kí n jọ kí n má bínú pé òun ò mọ̀ pé owó tó ń gbà láti máa bá TYF lórúkọ jẹ́ láti pé ìdí ọdún kan pé òun ò mọ̀ pé wọ́n rán àwọn oníṣẹ́ ẹ̀ka ni òun mọ̀ pé rọ́ lòun pa òun dẹ̀ ń bá wà lórúkọ jẹ́ pé he was paid to do it. What is even more tó bà mí lẹ́rù jù was that a lot of the people tán kàn ń pera wọn conservatives to understand what that means. Èèyàn lè gba 20,000 naira láti lọ mọ́ sọ pé lágbájá terrorist ni wọ́n, olè ni wọ́n, ọ̀bàyéjẹ́ ni wọ́n. Ṣé there are two types of assassinations. There are two types of assassinations. There is character assassination and there is physical assassination. Ṣé ẹni tó bá ń destroy yín character wise ọ̀tá yín ni. Ṣé character assassination, it is the weapon of people tí wọn ò tí ní ultimate power láti bẹ́ yín lórí. Ṣé character assassination ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu is kò yàtọ̀ sí ẹni ẹ mọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ìtumọ̀ character assassination fún yín o, how dangerous it is. Somebody is moving, ẹ wá pariwo pé olè olè olè, ẹ pariwo olè 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 olè. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa change topic yẹn, mo fọlọ́run topic yẹn as an ethno-linguist, as ní kò ń ṣe is Yoruba as an ẹ jọ̀ọ́, because if you don't do the topic properly, it's going to create a different problem entirely. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. So tó máa pariwo olè olè olè, ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn tó máa ń lynch, people that lynch, jungle justice, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà ti pàdánù tó yẹ pé kò ń tẹ̀ ń ṣe pé olè ni wọ́n. So àwọn tó ń ṣe ẹ mọ̀ nígbà tí America fẹ́ lọ destroy Iraq, kí náà sọ fún Iraq ṣe? Wọ́n ní pé Iraq ní weapon of mass destruction. And they went to go and kill 2 million people within 2 years. 2 million people, mostly babies. So people that went ahead, tẹ pariwo lè múlò lórí torí pé ẹ gba owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn kan láti destroy Think Yoruba First Organization and myself. Owó Olódùmarè ní ìdájọ́ yín wá o. Ṣé mọ̀ pé mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ tó fi dòní? You did it for 2 years. Àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin Yorùbá tẹ̀ ń lọ́wọ́ sí, especially within the conservative camp. Ṣé àgbẹ̀ mo sọ ní last week, ní 2 weeks ago, tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n àní sọ mi ò ní go more than that. Because kò sẹ́ni tó péré tó bá fi sọ pé jáde, you are speaking for the Yoruba race. You are going to be the number one enemy of Nigeria, of people in Nigeria. Wọ́n máa dáwọ́ jọ lé yín lórí ni. Wọ́n máa dáwọ́ jọ lórí. Àwọn tó wà lórí, people have been on stage too, tó ti parọ́ mọ́ mi tí mi ò ṣe. Tí mo dẹ̀ ní pé kí ni lágbájá gbọ́dọ̀ tí rí tó sọ yìí, the person ran away. So that is Yoruba for you. That is Yoruba for you. So being in the nationalist circle is not a flex. It is the most dangerous thing you can do in your life. It is the most dangerous thing you can do in your life, to be a Yoruba nationalist within the context of Nigeria. Because there are forces within Nigeria that will get you destroyed for speaking the truth and trying to liberate your people. The second thing, so ìyẹn ti lọ, so mi ò kò kàn mí. So tó bá tún di lọ́la tán ní tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ pé tiwa ìlú ṣe bí nǹkan báyìí, we are not moved. We are not moved. Kò sí nǹkan tí wọn ò tí ì sọ. Wọ́n ti ní ẹnìkan jí $20 nínú tiwa, kò sí nǹkan tí wọn ò sọ. Kò sọ̀rọ̀ burúkú tí wọn ò sọ. Ẹni tẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ̀ rí, tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ rí, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ní nọ́mbà ẹ̀ rí, á dẹ̀ máa sọ pé, á dẹ̀ máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ni pé, á dẹ̀ máa parọ́ ń tàbí ẹni pé ẹ mọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n torí ẹ̀ mo fi sọ̀rọ̀ tó lé ní 2 weeks ago pé gbogbo tó bá ní pátá ló máa sọnù níṣẹ́jú ayé ẹ̀mí wọn. Because torí ẹ̀, ẹ̀rí pé tó bá lọ gbọ́ interview Bàbá Àkàndé, gbogbo rubbish tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá yìí, tó bá Awólọ́wọ̀ ti ṣe the right thing ni. Tó bá yẹ pé Bola Ige ti ṣe the right thing ni àwọn tó ń dalẹ̀ Yorùbá rú lónìí they will not have had the power but gbogbo ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ kí gbogbo a máa lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká go in peace wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́lẹ̀ bá ní peace not everybody can be on the same path with you as regards to peace kò sẹ́yìn kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn everybody let us kí ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ because many people think if you are not disciplined what are you doing in nationalism if you are not disciplined táìmù pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ló yẹ kẹ́ ẹ sọ kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló yẹ kẹ́ ẹ kọlù tẹ́ ẹ bá ní discipline tẹ́ ẹ ní tact tẹ́ ẹ ní diplomacy what exactly are you doing what exactly do you think you are doing in the Yoruba nationalist circle? You think it's a joke to start an organic struggle, an organic movement, and it has become a talk of the town from the scratch without having billions and billions of naira in support? It's an ideological warfare. It's a labor of love. And I'm proud that TYF laid the foundation. We went into the forefront to do it. We don't give a damn. We will discuss topics here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But we will continue to do what we're supposed to do. The second thing we are going to discuss is state creation. Now, TYF, we are from the realist point of view. As realists, we are not daydreamers. We are not fantasies. We are not jokers that will say, oh, Yoruba nation now. It's a joke. How do you want to get Yoruba nation? Ṣé anybody? Kí ni connection tẹ́ni? What's the position of a political elite? What is your map? Kí ni way forward? Kí ni situation of things ta ní? Kí ni solution táwọn sáwọn Yorùbá Kogi àti Kwara? Kí ni solution sáwọn Yorùbá? We are not on that, but whenever we sọ yẹn, those are fantasies. Realist la wa. And we look at what Awolowo is talking about. And we are also looking at the geopolitical powers that be. Gbogbo country tó wà ní Africa pátá Europe not ti manufacture. Only a èdìdí tí wọ́n fi di country kọ̀ọ̀kan is made in Europe. Every country in Africa is made in Europe. If you want to undo that border, you must get permission from Europe. If you don't get permission from Europe, they will waste you. And they will make deals that will destroy you. Now, we've looked at the reality. Surely many people understand what is at stake. In the First Republic, both the Igbos and Yoruba ló ní access to the Atlantic Ocean. By the end of the Civil War, Igbo the landlocked region. How did it happen? They lost the war. They lost the war. One day, farabalẹ̀ ṣe social engineering yẹn. One day, someone they dot in the circle. One day, weaponize our South minorities. It just became a powerful stakeholder that controlled the entire coastal zone. So we need to understand what Nigeria is. So automatically, realists in our own fantasies. Clarity a lè fi ní region. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ from 1914 to 1959? Structure ta níyẹn bó la ṣe ní. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tá fi dé 1963? Structure ta níyẹn bó la ṣe ní. The problem tí Yorùbá ní ni pé Yorùbá believe pé bí mind tòun ṣe free yẹn bó ṣe smooth yẹn òun ni mind gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà rí sóhun àwọn ẹ̀yà ìmí rí sóhun. You are wrong. You are wrong. Ẹlòmíì inú Nàìjíríà kó ṣàmọ gbowó l'Abuja kó sì mọ ra bí wheelbarrow àti shoemaker kits fáwọn èèyàn. That is his own Nigerian dream. Ẹlòmíì wà kó mọ fẹ́yàwó jọ ni. That's his own Nigerian dream. Ẹlòmíì wà kán mọ gba owó kán mọ fi come church. Even though they cannot afford to eat 3 square meals. That is their own Nigerian dream. Ẹlòmíì wà Sherry, your reality is different. Ẹ̀yin lẹ fẹ́ lọ mass. Ẹ̀yin lẹ fẹ́ ṣe blue railway. Àwọn kan bẹnu Nigeria tí wọ́n, I'm sorry to use this word, wọ́n rán ya yín. Wọ́n kan wọ́n. Now, how do you now survive in this kind of a situation? So ẹ ní láti fi ara balẹ̀. Problem tó dẹ̀ tún wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà rèé, olówó kan ó tòṣì mẹ́fà, ó tòṣì ní gbogbo wọn. While our success and prosperity has now created jealousy. Àwọn olórí burúkú tí wọn níbi tán lọ yìí, wọ́n tún wọ́n mọ jealousy wa kẹ́. Is it not that Lagos, we beat Lagos, àwọn olórí burúkú tán ń rùn pa. Àwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n ń rùn pa ní. Ibi tá a bára wa nìyẹn o. And when we find ourselves in this kind of a situation, we need to sit down and plan how we are going to survive. We need to plan how we are going to survive. So that is where the issue of state creation started. Sherry, in the balance of power in Nigeria, Yoruba, we have two competitors. Sherry, when you understand your competitor, Nigeria is a competition. Yoruba ló kàn gbé Nigeria ṣá lásán, ẹ ráwọn ọmọ tá ń bí ni. Social media bangers, kàn máa ṣe ọmú lórí TikTok, kí n tán ṣe kiri nìyẹn, àwọn ọmọ tá bí nìyẹn. Àwọn ọmọ tí are properly educate, fún the right orientation, kàn lọ school, kàn jẹun, kàn ríṣẹ́, they are useless to themselves, useless to their society, and useless to their race. And that is what we are preaching in Yoruba conservative ideology. Some of us, we know we've made enemies. Some people are angry with us of three things. One, we've changed the social perception of the Yoruba people as being a walkover and as being a liberal. So it's no longer business as usual. For that, TYF has to go. The way they destroyed Egbe Omoduduwa. If you don't forget, if people forget, we nígbà tí Nrosi tó ṣe coup d'etat, the first thing to kọ́kọ́ àná ni pé ó destroy Egbe Omoduduwa. People kò gbọdọ̀ exist mọ́, ó wà náà lẹ̀. Via a promulgation decree. Torí Egbe Omoduduwa fi gbérí mọ́ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà dòní. Because it was a threat to Igbo agenda in the capture of the soul and economic power of the Yoruba race. It's the bitter truth. The second thing, Toshe, you want to destroy action group. Hello, Wonkan. Many of you understand what Tinubu has been operating upon. Kini logo action group. Because many of you, and I'm going to talk in this harsh tone. If you don't like me, I don't care. Action group, Okpeni now. Okpeni, action group. But nígbà tí Tinubu fẹ́ tún kíní yẹn ṣe padà ní 2003. Kí ló fi bẹ̀rẹ̀? Action Congress. Kí ni logo tó lò? Ìgbálẹ̀. Ibo lẹ ti rí ìgbálẹ̀? Àrò ọ̀pẹ. There are signs. You have eyes you cannot see. Because many of you cannot see. You are not from the geopolitical school of thought. You cannot see unless we speak from Allah. And we cannot continue to say things for the past 4 years. So true. Everything we said has always been coming to pass. On some issues. On some issues. I'll talk about the state creation. Sherry, state creation here. The reason why we support it. Sherry, Nigeria. Tó bá pé wọ́n gbọ́ sí Awólọ́wọ̀ lẹ́nu ni. Torí ẹ̀ ni Yorùbá ò gbọdọ̀ act as messiah any ethnic group in Nigeria. Enough is enough. You must never. Ṣé ìjọba ti táwọn olórí burúkú tí wọ́n àlùtà continue Pan-Africa Malcolm X kẹ́ fún wọn kò bókó lẹ́yìn ọ̀hún. Kẹ́ gbé wọn bá làgídí. Kí ló kàn tiẹ̀ mẹ́? Kí ló kàn tiẹ̀ mẹ́? Kí ló kàn tiẹ̀ ń bí dáadáa yẹn? We are talking about your own people first. If you saw throughout the VAT issue, the VAT issue, what the North was, this derivation formula does not pay the North. The North is not talking about justice, equity, and fairness, where this product is coming from. What the North is talking about, we know we are economic and political. We know that we are a political dead weight, an economic dead weight of the rest of Nigeria. But we are proud Bambiala. That's what they were saying. The North is not happy with this. They're not saying is Nigeria happy with this. They don't give a damn about you. And it is you. It is you. You idiot that always think and you are irresponsible people. That your children will be hungry, your own children will be clothless, your own children will be in penury and poverty, and you'll be caring about what other people have to do, what other people have to eat, and they're useless. You're not thinking about your own people first. But these people will say, our people first, and they will say we are patriotic because they know you are stupid. And that's the problem of Awolowo. And that is the issue I have with Awoism. When I said I'm coming out today, I'm going, all right, I'm still coming now. This issue of state creation. This 2014 National Conference, I was watching it on TV. I was literally crying. But now I knew the people that went to represent us. Why? You saw the Igbos making moves. Making moves. You are mocking them. Stop mocking people. Sharit, it's only crazy people that change the world. Don't think they are crazy. It is you that will match them in their madness. The Rwandans, the Tutsis, have been planning for a long time to capture Congo. One try in 1998. One try in 2008. And they got it right in 2025. So the Igbos have been looking for a way to capture the Western region, Lati Rule. They couldn't get it. In 1963, one break Western region into two, and they went to go and capture the Midwest to go and start ruling it. Half of it. So don't ever and ever think people are crazy. This issue of being naive and being stupid, because don't ever think these people are crazy. We need to really stand up. If there's any rumor in Nigeria, there's a likelihood of it being true. During the time of President Buhari, share anybody go sort of state creation. Immediately Tinubu came in. Some people, Yoruba developed agitation for state creation. It came from the southeast. That means there is an intention to create state creation, to create states. Jonathan, no, create a state. Jonathan will create a state. He couldn't create states. But Jonathan had the intention of creating states in the second term, according to the 2014 National Conference. And that 2014 National Conference, it could have destroyed the entire Yoruba race. Because negotiation to make him there, we were in trouble. I want to represent Yoruba. They didn't defend Yoruba race there. So the Yoruba people went to sacrifice. We went to go and sacrifice our Yoruba-ness, our power, for other people to meet up to us in that state creation. Now, after 1970, states were created. In 1967, states were created. Western region had 4 because of the population and the economic power. The Southeast had 1 in 1970. Between 1970 and 2025, the West-Southwest, Tony 4. Between 1970 and 2025, Southwest only had 2 additional states, which is Ekiti and Osun states. Nikani Southeast, Southwest, that's how, I'm sorry to say this word, that's how weak we've become in Nigeria. Because why? We are not our emotional ranters. Not speak for us. People who do not understand the state of battle. They don't even understand the reality of things in place. And I said, many people are angry with us. Some people are even jealous of us. That's how they wanted to destroy Tinubu. I challenge them. Kini Tinubu ṣe fún yín? Kini Tinubu ṣe fún yín? Tí Obasanjo ṣe times 2 million fún Yoruba. Why they don't saying Obasanjo to rule Yoruba land for 11 years? tó rule Nigeria for 11 years with nothing to show for it. Tinubu only rule Lagos. Why tẹ́ fẹ́ pa? Bí ìrànjọ àwọn ìran Yorùbá kan ṣe rí nìyẹn. Ṣé òun nìkan ni ogún ni ìlara ni? Tí wọn ò bá dẹ̀ tí ì bá their fellow Yorùbás dé kòtò, wọn ò ní padà. So if you really, it's just like what this African revolutionary said. If you are fighting for an African people, as you are fighting the enemy with the right hand, use your left hand to protect yourself. You must protect yourself. If you don't see me in any other space or anything, and they can call themselves conservatives, I have nothing to do with them. I don't care. Because enough. Because nobody can destroy. The Black Panther movement was destroyed by black people. Black people not to destroy. And we understand what can happen with what we are currently doing. So we understand we need to ensure that our safety is extremely important. So going back to what we are discussing. Now, between 1970 and 2025, Igbos got 4 additional states. 4 additional states. Yoruba people got 2 additional states. You can see that something is wrong. And the same Igbos are still saying they must have equal number of states with the Southwest. Igbos are not saying we must have the same number of states. If you go and look at every constitutional conference, the one that was organized by Pa Anthony Nauru, may he rest in peace, in 2006, the one that was done in several conference, the one that was done in 2014, and anytime we are talking about constitutional reform and tinkering the structure of Nigeria, what the Igbos have always said is we need more states. The question is, can it generate? But they are crazy because Sherry, reason tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ Sherry tí ò bá ti ka ìwé, tí ò lọ ka ìwé Awólọ́wọ̀, tí ò wà properly educated, tí ò ń ṣe, because you can read all the histories of the book. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ti jẹ́ Christian fanatic or Islamic fanatic, o lè represent Yorùbá, or Ìṣẹ̀ṣe fanatic, o lè represent Yorùbá. You are going to be biased. Now, when you read all these books, you are going to see where Awolowo was talking about what Azikwe was talking about. Azikwe was talking about how they should eradicate Obas, nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Azikwe was talking about how they should destroy state of origin, ní Nigeria. Azikwe was talking about how Lagos should become no man's land. Azikwe was talking about why that Nigeria should not run through federalism, that Nigeria should, all the resources of Nigeria should be placed in the capital. This was Azikwe was talking about. But Awolowo thought, oh, this guy is a madman. He can't achieve it. They did in 1966. They did in 1966. So mad people should not be taken lightly. You don't take them lightly. So when some of us now say, okay, what is first state creation? Don't let us keep quiet. Don't let us keep quiet. Let us talk about it. Let us talk about it. Let us talk about our position. And let us continue to make noise. We have considerable federal presence currently. So why should we keep quiet? Why should a state, a region that had just 1 state in 1970, now be having 5 states, while we had 4 still be stuck to 6? It's an injustice. We contribute 80% of the non-oil revenue to Nigeria. We're supposed to have more states. Now, Sherry, I want to say something controversial. And a lot of you, Nigeria, until you figure this out, you are wasting your time. Nigeria cannot be divided because of 2 things. As it is currently, or for now, because of 2 things. I will mention 1, the ethnic minorities. Share our fighting force. the brutal fighting force that fought the expendables in the Biafran civil war, minorities knew. That was why after the 1970 war, 1970, the Nigerian military was dominated by the ethnic minorities. So the ethnic minorities have ruled Nigeria than the majorities. The problem is, where does the ethnic allegiance of those ethnic minority falls? And I'm going to start giving you lists. Gowon was an ethnic minority. Am I making sense? Muritala Muhammad was an ethnic minority. Buhari was an ethnic minority. Fulanis are minorities. Babangida was an ethnic minority from Nupe, from Niger State. Abacha was Kanuri, an ethnic minority. Abdul Salam, another man from Niger State, was an ethnic minority. So majority now, the Jaradua that took over from Obasanjo was an ethnic minority. The one that took over from Yaradua was an ethnic minority. Buhari that took over from Jonathan was an ethnic minority. So the ethnic minority won't dictate the future of Nigeria. Forget all the shouts. If you pay attention to their blackmail, you're going to get yourself into trouble. Why are the ethnic minority playing this game? I'm going to tell you why. The ethnic minorities are afraid that if they don't play a spoiler, they will incapacitate Yoruba people or Igbo people or Arewa people. Then àwọn yẹn lè ní agbára lọ́wọ́ láti consume wọn. The Middle Belt people don't pariwo Middle Belt insane. They were strong one Nigerianists, pan-Nigerianists, until they lost their relevance in the scheme of things in the military and the political arena. This is the bitter truth. They were controlling Nigeria. So the issue from 1940 and 1950s is that ethnic minorities don't want to be under anybody. They don't want to take control from anybody. They want to control their states and align with anybody for any power play. That's what ethnic minorities want in Nigeria. They know the Igbos might decide to march into Akwa Ibom and annex it. Igbos will march into Calabar and annex it. Igbos taking drum up now, claiming it as part of their land. So the ethnic minorities would never and never accept any regional setup. I have read many constitutional issues. And the only people to ferry regional is Yoruba. Is Yoruba. I want to cohesiveness. Let's build let's find a way to have a system that works, despite some of our differences. So, and you are not the only one in Nigeria. You are not the only one in Nigeria. So I tell about Lossi, Abuja, any conference. Time very journal, àwọn yòókù kan máa mess yín up ni. Wọ́n máa dàrú ni. I dey mention now. But for now, we also need to play our game. If you can't read the 2014 National Conference, they will say, for the sake of rubbish, for the sake of equity and fairness, the Southeast should also have 6 states. Now, what sort of rubbish is that? Creating Northwest in 7 states. Why does the Northwest of Nigeria have 7 states, more than the rest of other geopolitical zones? If this country is really, really built on fairness and equity, can the reason that if you create a state, but on state creation, all continue Nigeria of instability. And I'm going to, Sherry, want you understand that a lot of our people do not actually understand. Do not actually understand what is going on as regards in Nigeria, a lot of our people do not understand the semantics and the ethnic distribution and configuration of Nigeria. And I'm going to start explaining. One, you look at Bauchi. Bauchi is not a full Hausa Fulani state. It's a lie. Southern Bauchi is Christian majority. People don't know. Southern Gobe is Christian. Yakubu Dogara is a Christian. It's Christian majority. Southern Kaduna has close to 22 local governments. Southern Kaduna that are not Hausa Fulani, they have close to 12. Now, báwo lẹ ṣe wá kóru ìlú yẹn, ẹ wá kó lọ sínú northwest, ẹ wá lọ ń gbé sàrí àwọn ọbẹ yẹn. So make sense. And you deny them from having any political power, no single university, no single development for the past 40 years. In the same Nigeria. And they will still come around, let us maintain peace and all that, because they know that many of us are not intelligent to understand what Nigeria is all about. Shari South, Biafran war, only South to negotiate around Kolonda Igbo hegemony. To make agenda ti Igbo ni, only Southwest no ni policy peace ni South. But that Biafran war was what the South, especially the Ijaws, the Efik, the Bibios, the Queres, used the Yorubas to negotiate themselves out of the manipulation of the Southeast. It's a bitter truth. If you go and read everything from 1950 to 1960, the Southeast, the Igbos, never wanted any form of recognition or existence of the ethnic minorities. If you, for instance, Calabar has always been the old capital of Nigeria. Calabar was once the capital of Nigeria. But when the Eastern region started, the Igbos took their capital and took it to Enugu, the Igbo land. People don't, and when you share our ethnic minorities and ethnic ethnicities in Nigeria, they don't joke. They mean words. They do what they need to do to survive and to be able to get what they want. It is Yoruba people to loju anu. Talama dancing nkan tí ó kàn, talama protest rubbish tí ó kàn. Tama set the standard. Yoruba people no expect their own political leaders should be like Angel Michael, Angel Gabriel. But when they see Lucifer from the Hausa Fulani or the Southeast, they say, oh, well, we are not like them. We are Omarabi. Or you know that Omarabi in Nigeria. Omarabi in Nigeria. Because you guys think politics is a game of morality. If anybody will give you what you want within Nigeria, nothing concerns you with his personal life. Omu boni, omu sigani, oniyawo metani, oniyawo merini. Kilo kan ti nbe pẹ̀lú yẹn. Kilo kan ti pẹ̀lú yẹn. The reality is this person doing what we need as a people? Reason ti Yorùbá da fi ka ide ọmọlúàbí kọ́ là ń ṣe àbòsí ni àti ẹ̀sìn burúkú ẹ̀sìn tá a ti gbà sórí bí wèrè. Àbòsí ni àti dá wèrè mẹ́sìn. Bọ́n ṣe paint Jesus la ṣe fẹ́ káwọn leaders wá rí. Bọ́n ṣe paint ànábì la ṣe fẹ́ kí àwọn leaders wá rí. A mọ̀ pé kò sí tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Irọ́ dẹ̀ ni àwọn tó ń pariwo irọ́ yìí. Ẹ̀yin fún wọn náà position lọ́sọ̀kan di CMD hospital. Wọ́n lọ kó bodyguard sẹ́yìn ni. Wọ́n mọ̀ kó bodyguard sẹ́yìn ni tí wọ́n máa dàdúgbò rú. So what are you talking about? So state creation. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ensure báwọn Ìṣẹ̀kírì bọ́? Ìṣẹ̀kírì are an ancient Yoruba group that are on the verge of extinction nínú Nigeria. There are two types of minorities. There are two types of minorities. Two types of minorities. Majority inside the minority, minority inside the minority. Mo fẹ́ tún sọ, there are two types of minorities. Majority inside the minority, minority inside the minority. Ṣé rí èmi ni àwọn thief, àwọn Nupe, àwọn Ìgalà, àwọn ìjọ, àwọn Efik Ibibio, àwọn Kanuri, àwọn Fulani, those are majority inside the minority. They are as deadly as the majority. If they can position themselves very well, they are deadly. They are very, very deadly. And they are very, very important in the power struggle in Nigeria. They are very, very important, that block. But our minority inside the minority, I'm sorry, mi ò bú wọn, èmi ni Gede, Idoma, àwọn wo tún ni ná Magi, àwọn ìlú that pé Isha, those are minority of the minority. I'm sorry to say this. Local government, Igbo, local government méjì mẹ́ta n'Íbàdàn, ó máa nullify gbogbo tó ń pọ̀ láti logo rẹ̀ láti gbogbo ìlú wọn pátá. So ẹ ní láti worry nípa wọn. I'm sorry to say this word. Share our majority inside the minority, they are deadly. Because I'm going to give you some instance. Benue State, all of one thief. Idoma, Igede, all of one in the same state. Kill our thief we say. But I want Idoma complain. When governor, Idoma, thief told them, governor, leave this state. That is what thief people are telling their fellow Nigerians. Because they have the power to control that place. Ìkwéré nìkan ló ń jẹ governor Rivers because they have the population and power. Do it, Jolo. Shall understand? Every people, that combination, Aqua Cross, they are a powerful majority inside the minority. And they are very, very important and crucial to the power gains within Nigeria. We need to understand games of power. We need to understand power. Sherry, to be activist, over my activist, you need to my paper, to my cardboard. Koloma block, Alausa, Koloma protest. Who need the conservative ideology? We are not our interest no brother dying. We are not protesters. We are not activists. We are not Yoruba activists. You can call us a Yoruba politician. You can call us a think tank. You can call us an ideologue. That is who we are. And we are not Isheshe radicals. No. Isheshe is a religion in Yoruba land and they must be protected. I dare say Christian fanatics. No, you are just another religion in Yoruba land and in Nigeria. You must just maintain your place. And we are not a Muslim fanatics. Because our new Apollo understand. You cannot adopt state religion. You cannot. In order to catch up with the rest of the world. We cannot. So we must maintain our secular identity with, even if we go to war. Your 1940 was our different 1940 Fulani versus Yoruba. It is a lie. The war of 1840 between the Ilorin forces, led forces, and the Ibadan-led forces was the war between those that wanted to Islamize the entire Yoruba land and subject it to a Yorubanized Islamic system, and those that wanted to use the Oduduwa system. And the Oduduwa system won. In 1840, so ati jaogun secularism, ati Sharia, ati Jari. So the battle of we are ready. We are ready. And so many of my own forefathers that went to that war were Muslims. Because we like boys in town. And I'm happy a lot of Muslims, fellow Yoruba Muslims have stood up and said, we don't want this to be a military symbol. They build the caliphate, they build the caliphate, so we are talking about our survivor. We shouldn't talk. Speak out. We don't want this system. Shadi Manel, good. Mosque now. But you now want to subject the Yoruba civilization under the caliphate. It's an insult on the Yoruba race. While hiding under the Nigerian structure. Today, life is about restructuring. I'm going restructuring. You are going to also going to restructure the religious system. Kò kàn ṣe pé fẹ́ restructure economy nìkan or structures, you restructure the entire thing. No kan kó mọ̀ ṣe tiẹ̀ ni. Because this country is not torí ẹ̀ la fi ń sọ fẹ́yìn Pan-Africanist àti we want Nigerianist torí yín ò pé. I am for a federal united Nigeria. I'm not a one Nigerianist. One Nigerianist, I don't mind. And Igbo can represent me in Ibadan, but Bello ma represent. Because we understand that what led to the Civil War, and the reason why the Civil War, the First Republic failed, was that indigenous minorities wanted to represent themselves traditionally and politically. So when we say we need more states, we need more states. We need more states. We need more states. If we don't liberate the ethnic minorities in the core north, we are going to be in trouble. We are going to be in trouble. Because let me say this. One of the biggest injustice that Nigeria ever did, the British ever did, was to give us a working structure before they left. And now Awolowo won. Baba Yan won. But I'm sorry to say this. I still can now understand the Baba. Because with our own struggle within the conservative ideology, conservative movement, táwọn tẹ́ pé wọn understanding kankan, wọn mọ bí tẹ́ wọn mẹ́tẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀, wọn mẹ́tẹ́ bá ṣe, wọn mọ bí tẹ́ ti dé, wọn dẹ̀ máa kọ́kọ́ púpọ̀ against yín, wọn máa rubbish in ten sọ́ńtà. And when you now call them and say, buy a lot of shit, they will still go and say the same rubbish the following time. Enough of this bullshit. Today I'm officer sọ fún yín. Good, ẹ lè pera yín ní conservative, no problem. But TYF, ẹ fi wá sílẹ̀, ká máa ṣe ń tà ń ṣe. TYF, carry kapọ̀, unity, ẹ lọ wá. We want to do what we are doing. Because àwa ò kàn ṣe àfiẹsẹ̀ lé ẹsẹ̀ àwọn àgbààgbà ni. We are following the footsteps of the elders. Even though we might say some elders are this, but ọmọdé ò lè láṣọ, ọmọdé bá láṣọ bí àgbà kò lè lákìsà bí àgbà. And we understand the realities and the traps. Torí wọ́n ní ikú tó ń pojú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni òwe ńlá ló ń pa fún ni. They've killed a lot of your leaders. From Akintola, àwọn leaders yìí náà máa ń tì mẹ́wọ̀n ṣáá. If there's any revolution, any problem by Yoruba leaders ni wọ́n lọ tì mẹ́wọ̀n. Wọ́n ṣe First Republic, wọ́n ṣe Second Republic, wọ́n ṣe Third Republic. Bó ṣe the fourth reason tí wọn ò fi ẹ̀ fi ní problem Fourth Republic ni pé Ọbásanjọ́ ló jẹ president, so you are not a threat. But they still didn't spare you. But like it was gruesomely murdered. And they destroyed the Alliance for Democracy. They destroyed it. Torí ẹgbẹ́ mi ò lè bá yín bú Tinubu. Bàbá ya dọ́gbọ́n sí ó ṣe bala búlùbúlù bala. Kọ́mọ̀ bá pa. Torí mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ Yorùbá ní ìjà òye lọ̀rọ̀ òye. Ìjà òye yín ọ̀rọ̀ òye yín. Tíjà bá yé yín ni ọ̀rọ̀ òye yín ni ẹ̀ ní mọ̀ sọ́kúsọ kiri. Kẹ́lọ́ kí kọ́mọ tí yín wà lórí kíní kẹ́mọ sabotage. In a country like Nigeria, táwọn tó fi dòní Haúsá Fúlàní Kanuri wọ́n protect Abacha ni. Abacha tó pa yín dànù nípakúpa. Bẹ̀tẹ̀ yín ọmọ tí yín tí ò gbọ́bẹ̀ sí yín lọ́rùn ẹ bọ́ ta ni ẹ pa ẹ lù pa because you guys are decadent. You are decadent. As a race and a people, our political class, àwọn èèyàn kò tiẹ̀ ayé àwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ayé àwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ ti ta. Because when they get money, ìyàwó, I'm sorry, ìdí tó wà nídìí obìnrin Yorùbá ò wù wọ́n mọ́. Ìyàwó first wife wọn second wife wọn lè jẹ́ Yorùbá. Táwọn yẹn báyìí wọ́n lọ mú kòbòkòbò ní wọ́n lọ gbé sílé. Tí ẹnu òbòra yóò pẹpẹ. That's what they are doing. Having harems. And we say we are a decadent race. Not the way you guys will not talk. You are not looking at Nigeria from the geopolitical worldview. Once you try to once you show your Yoruba side, you are a threat. How? Àwọn tó fẹ́ Islam, àwọn tó ń pariwo pé àwọn fẹ́ Sharia law all over Nigeria. Ṣé hide ni wọ́n hide now? Àwọn tó ń claim Lagos Igbo, Ogun Igbo, wọ́n hide now. So why should you hide? You're apologetic about your Yoruba identity. That's mental. It doesn't make any sense. When they didn't conquer you to get into Nigeria. Your forefathers died to make Nigeria one. Your resources, your taxes, your blood, your intelligence was used to keep this Nigeria as one. Your diaspora continues to send billions of dollars to Nigeria to make Nigeria continue to survive economically. So why are you now timid? Kill about timidity. They might make excuses. So when we say we want states for ethnic North in Nigeria, the target is that our minorities that they survive. Because if you don't, Sherry, if we don't, look at what happened in Adamawa. I'm so happy in Adamawa now. Since the 1804 jihad of Uthman Dan Fodio, all the Adamawa, Magi, Gombe, gbogbo àwọn minorities yẹn pátá, wọ́n pa ṣẹ́gẹ̀ sí wọn lára. Many of them had to go into the rocks, mountains to hide. You guys suffer, especially in that Adamawa of Nigeria, Adamawa of Cameroon. Mobobo Southern Borno. So when the British came, into Britain, one can make sure, one can create the Kini Lamido, Kini Fulani hegemony. They now put the entire millions of people under the Fulani hegemony. 8 local governments under Adamawa. They now even named Adamawa in the name of the person that conquered and destroyed the indigenous people. How can that be? What kind of insult is that? Hey, imagine, I want to enslave Babanla, not to have his own state. That was what they did in Adamawa. But the people did not give up. They continued to fight. They continued to fight until something happened. It happened today. So, let me tell you, according to history, the level of the depopulation and the killings that happened in Adamawa was so much after the jihad that they did not, the Fulanis did not have enough people to live in that land anymore. That they started writing letters. They started writing letters to the Fulani of the entire West Africa and from the Sokoto Caliphate to come and settle. To fi dìjà gan láàrin Sokoto Caliphate. To come and collect free land. That was how bloody. Look, the Sokoto, the jihad wars, the Fulani jihad wars that conquered the Hausa Fulani kingdoms was not as bloody as the Lamido, Modibo, Adama war that created the Lamido dynasty. That dynasty is a seat of blood. I'm sorry. But the minorities, they were strong. They continue to organize themselves. Kinashe. They make sure ni Adamawa, ìwọ tó bá ti jẹ́ pé Fulani ni wọ́n ní jẹ́ kó jẹ́ governor. They will never allow you to be governor. Àwọn ògọ̀bí tí yín náà, wọ́n máa ní pé English lẹ́ ń sọ. It's the bitter truth. Wọ́n jẹ́ kó jẹ́ governor. Apart from that, one more wait, lobby. Now, our traditional institutions want to parent over 200 years ago. Don't come up with this family, I want to man chief or Bani Luwa, need 200, 300 years ago. What is that for dancing? What is that for that? Now, so our parents were restored so that it can tell you. And how did they achieve it? They didn't buy bombs. They didn't buy guns. They didn't buy bullets. They did politics. They did politics. And they had good advisors. They are not like Yoruba people. We want to talk. I want you to understand. Like somebody did to me this afternoon and started cursing us because we said we want more states. Why would we want more states? VAT, the issue of VAT. Shamo, tá bá ti explain fún yín ẹ kò ní gbọ́ ẹ dẹ̀ ní mọ̀. Torí aeroport Nigeria is a straight path. So we are going to explain. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́. Because what some of us have internalized for decades. And you know, in few months, but we are going to explain again. One, VAT was not on the exclusive list. In two, but it's still on the exclusive list. It's a residual matter. Till every state they take up. Sharing Tausa Fulani ṣe. Àwọn arewa yẹn is because they are used to getting away with impunity in Nigeria. Impunity. Impunity in Nigeria, legal or illegal. Not that they will be grandstanding and be boasting as if they own Nigeria. Zig trouble. The Igbos put all of us into this trouble. It's a chain reaction of what the Igbos started. It's a bitter truth. It's a bitter truth. There's no difference between the Hausa Fulani and the Igbos. The difference is Hausa Fulani have federal power, Igbos don't have federal power. Give Igbos federal power, they will do exactly what Hausa Fulanis are doing. I'm saying it here. It's not a threat. The history says it of what they did in the First Republic, except you don't know your history. And I'm not part of those idiots. Do you hate us? Why should I hate you? That's what you did in history. It's like saying you hate Nazi Germans because Nazi Germans. We are talking about the Holocaust. We don't hate you. It is what you did in history. And we will not allow you to repeat it. Because we know you are myopic. You are charlatan cast. You don't understand the future. You should be concerned about the protection and preservation of the Igbo race, not trying to build an empire on people that will gang up and consume you. It's the bitter truth. But no, you want to create Lagos Igbo, Ogun Igbo. We'll be waiting for you. We will be waiting for you. So when we talk about the reality of Nigeria, Sherry or VAT, fortunately for us, the Abdul Salam Kangaroo Constitution, which was nothing but a carryover of the 1979 Constitution, imposed. Let me shock you. The president of Nigeria, Obasanjo, 1999, the senators, the House of Rep members, they did not know. They didn't read the Constitution. Tí wọ́n buwọ́lù tó sign. Tí wọ́n fi ń run Nigeria. They did not show anybody. It was that bad. It was that bad. But because everybody was saying the military just need to go. The military, because what it pass against Lara. And everybody wanted them to go. Military take over obedient here. And they are being used. They are being used. There's some money bags. Someone fund the revolution here. If you remember what the Nigerian government said, the Nigerian police, during bad governance government protest last year, someone orchestrate in the north, 9 billion naira, 9 billion, ni wọ́n sọ pé àwọn seize from individuals that were leading the protest. Tó jẹ́ pé tán fún wọn lówó láti organize the protest here. 9 billion. Who is giving that kind of a money? To tell you that majority of activists they are sponsored. They are sponsored for this agenda. Any protest, any revolution, àwọn kan wà níbì kan tí wọ́n bankroll. That is why we must not. Guys in the UK, they've been shown to be extremely corrupt people too. It's a power game. And any Yoruba people you saw within the obedient movement knows the obedient movement is anti-Yoruba, knows the obedient movement is toxic to the Yoruba race. Most the obedient movement is wants to recreate the Zik, the Igbo power of the First Republic. They know. But what they are doing is the current power game in Nigeria, àwọn Tinubu and kankan ló ń control. So àwọn wà relevant in there. So táwọn bá lọ play help Igbo power, àwọn ni wọ́n máa jẹ́ bí Victor Banjo and be controlling their affairs nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. That is why they did it. It's all about their own self-serving. And look, kò síbi tí ìran yẹn, kò sí irú tíbi tí rẹ̀ ò sí. Kò síbi tí rẹ̀ ò sí. We always have such people in our midst. Now, let's now go further into the real thing, or VAT. VAT is an exclusive, it's on the state, Sidra Matani. In 2022, under the presidency of General Muhammadu Buhari, they wanted to sneak VAT and put it on the exclusive list. The House of Rep and Senate, they voted against it. Go and check it out. The Hausa Fulani wanted to put it on the exclusive list. One voted down. Because of that VAT. Now, what the federal government is saying is that gangster then say Yama Jeni. They get out of it. Maybe our law be Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Rivers, and beg them and say, please don't go to court. If you go to court, this thing, the entire federal structure will be destroyed. Nigeria is a federal republic. But they are not listening. A lot of people are not paying attention. It is far from settled. It is still an ongoing negotiation. So it's just like what happened during the time of OBJ. Different Nigerians from the diaspora, from the south, especially Yoruba, created Baba Jebu, Lotto, Sporty Bet. And billions continue. States started making billions, especially Lagos State. As usual, Nigeria, they went to go and complain. This money should not be a loan for this. Sherry, people don't know where Yoruba ni otani Nigeria. Our progress, our stability, our peace, our sophistication is a big problem to a lot of people in Nigeria. They don't like it. That's why I want to want to bàjẹ́ gan tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo ìlú wọn pátá báyìí bandit take over. They think they have an opinion on Yoruba issues because of a religious brotherhood. I want the drink kind of one for they are anti-Islam. Many people like Yoruba, if this Yoruba don't know something. The issue of religion, and we are trying to tell them this political Islam, don't do this brotherhood with them. Many of them refuse to come to Yoruba Ronu again because of religion. Many people call out to Pentecostalism. Many of them, because some people is attacking Christians, they refuse to come to Yoruba Ronu again. I want to mental problem. I want to mental problem. Why very for life? Because we know what Yoruba land is all about. And we are going to fight this battle to the final battle. Because we know what is at stake. So the VAT issue, just like the betting and lotto issue, Act, Nigeria Sporting Lotto Act, because internal chamber is part of the injustice we are talking about in Nigeria. And it's a Sharia state ni, and no problem. And what law? We pay Sharia law. Pay a banus lotto, a banu betting. But why should you be taking money from us Our time transporting bet. So makes sense. Why? Why should the federal government be sitting on something till it's very exclusive list? Even though we are even begging and looking for a way to unbundle the exclusive list. Well, federal government act. And Lagos went to court. And Ekiti. From close to 20 years, in Lagos, you were in court. 18 to 19 years. And Lagos got the state won in Supreme Court nearly around November last year. We will the sporting and lotto gaming licensing and everything belongs to the state. So I will not be playing bets. I will not be playing bets in Ibadan and be funding your dirty ass that you are cutting people's hand for playing bets, for gambling in Sokoto. That is justice. That is exactly what the VAT is. Let me shock you. If Tinubu goes and pass this act and say derivation 30%, all those things, if Lagos, one governor, but imagine in Lagos or Rivers, Tinubu Badun, or appeal court, they are going to Supreme Court. And this state is going to make the injunction. Which they are going to get, they are going to win. They won at the state level, high court level, federal court level, appeal court. So gbogbo VAT yẹn ọwọ́ state ló ń bọ̀. Now, nígbà tí gbogbo yẹn ti wà nílẹ̀, a mọ̀ pé battle yẹn ń lọ lápá kan. Wọ́n wá tún sọ̀rọ̀ state creation. Àwa náà, as the conservative bloc, àti ohun tó wà nílẹ̀, àwọn minority ò ní jẹ́ ká rí regional ṣe. Àti lọ wo minority ò ní jẹ́ ká rí ṣe in tó pé àwa nìyẹn. But àwa ní structures tá a lè fi regionalize. I won't say it in public. I cannot. I dare not. Àwa ní secret weapon tiwa lọ́wọ́. Àwọn state yìí, Ekiti, is like an homogeneous Yoruba block on its own. Ekiti is a Yoruba tribe, not fully state now. Ṣé mo parọ́ ni? Ọ̀yọ́ is like an Yoruba tribe, not fully state. Gbogbo Ìbàdàn, Ọ̀yọ́ yẹn, those are Ọ̀yọ́ block. Not fully state. Tamafunjabuni state, it is another structure. So I think padà sí the pre-colonial structure ta ní ká tó wọ Nigeria. Agbára yẹn máa padà. Torí ẹ̀ ní Èkìtì fi ń punch above its weight. Because the spirit of their ancestors is with them. Ṣé rí ayé yóò sì natural. Torí ẹ̀ ní Asian countries, if you understand the ayé, their prosperity is intertwined with their cultural preservation. Their prosperity is intertwined with their cultural cultural power. Torí ẹ̀ ni wọn ò fi rí secular colonialism ṣe ní Asian countries. Wọn ò rí ṣe. Ordinary Israel lásán, àwọn Arab sì ń jàdọ́là to push the Jews out of that axis. Because they understand the power of cultural preservation and power and strength. Wọ́n understand that. More than intertwined with their ancient philosophy. Let me give you an instance. There are 3 major Chinese countries. Chinese countries in Asia. The number 1 is Singapore. The second one is Taiwan. The third one is China. All those 3 countries, even though they are running different system of government and governance, they are all founded on Confucian principles. Big that you want fi ọmọlúàbí. So ẹ lè lo communism kẹ́ fi ọmọlúàbí system kún. Kẹ́ ṣe socialism ọmọlúàbí system kún. Democracy kẹ́ fi ọmọlúàbí system kún. Military dictatorship kẹ́ fi ọmọlúàbí system kún. Aristocracy kẹ́ fi ọmọlúàbí system kún. That is why the 3 countries are prosperous. They are prosperous compared to us. So by the time tí ẹ bá láwọn structure sí, táwa kan sọ, okay, bring the Ìlàjẹ, Ìṣẹ̀kírì, Ìkálẹ̀, ẹ ti mú people that are speaking the same dialect. The same dialect. Bó ṣe wà ní ayé àtijọ́, bó ká tó máa lọ káàkiri from Ifẹ̀, ẹ ti kó wọn sínú the same place. They are in the same block. Imagine kẹ́ kó àkókò Ẹ̀dó, Ògòrì Magongo tó jákòókò àti àkókò Ondo state kẹ́ wá kó wọn sínú same state. State yẹn máa go far because they are homogeneous. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa lo ọmọlúwàbí philosophy to build prosperity. Ara torí ẹ̀ ni Èkó fi yàtọ̀. Èkó yàtọ̀ because they had a good visionary leader. Ẹ lọ wo gbogbo tí Tinubu ṣe láti 1999. Go and read the book of Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore. It's the same pattern. It's the same foundation. It's the same. Singapore was a one-party state for more than 40 years. Torí ẹ̀ later in pariwo godfatherism in Gokko. Political stability làwọn wò. Torí ẹ̀ náà fi terminate the Alliance for Democracy nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Because àwọn kan lọ ṣòfófó láàrin àwọn AD náà ló lọ ṣòfófó. Wípé nta fẹ́ ṣe nìyí o, a máa exterminate the party yẹn. But Tinubu was very smart. He made a deal with the devil, Atiku, to survive. To survive. So àmọ́ tó ń pọ́n sílẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin kan sọ pé àwọn majority àwọn tó ń lò Èkó ló ti mú wọn. Ṣé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bu pé ṣé òun nìkan ni? Ṣé ọ̀dọ̀ yín yóò ti wá mú yàn ni? Ọ̀dọ̀ yín ló ti wá fẹ́ mú yàn ni? Because many of us don't understand the game of power. So bọ́lá bí etí ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn is a done deal. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí ò settle ni is a fight to finish. Àwọn ẹ̀wà máa jẹ́ tán on this VAT matter. Wọ́n ti ṣiṣẹ́ wọn mọ̀ pé VAT máa di $1 trillion. Ó máa di trillion naira ibi omi tí owó wà. This is restructuring via the back door. So Arewa oni, they don't Arewa does not have anything. They are just grandstanding. We are just grandstanding. Nígbà tí Tinubu tó decentralize the aviation training school. Ṣé wọn ò threaten ẹni? Gbogbo àwọn tó threaten ẹ̀ pátá náà wọ́n mú gàrí lẹ́wọ̀n sí. Gbogbo pátápátá tó ti lọ gbé, wọ́n ti lọ wú fáìlì wọn jáde. So we are talking about, so we are not short-sighted people. Abacha is a killer. Abacha is a terrorist. He killed our people. But gbogbo state Abacha creating that yẹn, state yẹn ló ṣì wà dòní. So ti Northwest, bá ní 10 states. Yoruba land náà gbọ́dọ̀ ní 10 states. Yoruba land tó dẹ̀ wà ní outside the Southwest. They are big estates that we cannot overlook. We must not overlook it, and we must never be shy. Anybody intimidate us on such rubbish anymore. That's why some of us are speaking. Shari, ilẹ̀, land is a do or die affair for anybody. Something also happened. Nothing will happen. I want to say message me. When you support Zionists, I'm a realist. In TYF, we are realists. We are not emotional people. Àwa ń wo gbogbo nǹkan bó ṣe rí ni kọ́lọ́ mọ̀ jẹ́ káwa kó sọ́wọ́ ni kí Yorùbá má kó sọ́wọ́. Because let me shock you. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ṣẹ́rí tí Trump sọ yẹn wípé kán kó gbogbo àwọn Palestinians tó ń bẹ ní Gaza kán kó wọn kúrò kán kó wọn lọ síbòmíì. Ṣé mọ̀ pé wọ́n ṣerú ẹ̀ ní 2021 fáwọn Armenians. People don't pay attention. Torí pé bẹ̀yẹn ń ṣe Saudi, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe ibẹ̀yẹn ń ṣe Saudi. People don't pay attention. In Nagorno-Karabakh, our ethnic Armenians ló wà ń bẹ̀ for over 200 years. Within 1 week, and they uprooted 500,000 people. Wọ́n dẹ̀ flush wọn kúrò, wọ́n bomb churches wọn, wọ́n pa ibẹ̀yẹn rẹ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ relocate wọn padà sí Armenia ní 2021. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ yìí ẹ lọ kà á àwọn Azerbaijan dẹ̀ lọ kó àwọn yẹn wọn padà síbẹ̀. Why? Because Azerbaijan wọ́n ní gas, àwọn ni wọ́n supply gas fún Israel, àwọn ni wọ́n supply gas fún America, àwọn ni wọ́n supply gas. Wọ́n ní nǹkan lọ́wọ́. So for their own energy security, cheap gas, Europe was happy. Ṣebí èmi ò lè fẹ́ pa níbẹ̀ yẹn 500,000. Ẹ wipe out dáre. Báyé ṣe rí nìyẹn. Tọ́lá àwọn méjì tí ń jà sí ilẹ̀ yẹn láti ayébáyé 300 years náà ti ń jà sílẹ̀ yẹn. Azerbaijan claim ìpele àwọn ni. Ethnic Armenians claim ìpele àwọn ni. But ethnic Armenians àwọn Russia ló ń back àwọn. Ṣé ẹgbẹ́ Russia dẹ̀ ti ṣe West nsìn? In order pé ṣe mo the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They went ahead and dealt with ethnic Armenians. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yẹn tóbi o. Ilẹ̀ yẹn kan tóbi ju Gaza lọ. They flushed, they uprooted 500,000 people were uprooted from Nagorno-Karabakh. So when people say they want to take out the entire Palestinians in Gaza, they did it in 2021. And I was, because I had friends, and some of my friends that were Azerbaijanis. And Azerbaijan, ethnic talk, Germany. What are you guys doing in Nagorno-Karabakh? Only yes, only is our land. Only you are killing people. Only yes, they're supposed to live. We don't care. Oh, come stop with that. You bad lady. You near your back and you must go. I want you. When you are killing people. Oloshi. I want Mali. You know then you learning doko. Sorry to say this word. So I'm sorry I'm speaking like this. Taka baba line. Taka intention niyen ta fi build yẹn ta fi ṣe niyen in the olden days. Bóyá local government ní Yorùbá ò bá kú. Àwọn Mali ti pọ̀ láàrin wa. Yoruba line is the biggest. Do you think someone catwalk having balance? You defend your land. Nigeria, àwọn èèyàn expand, wọ́n gbalẹ̀ onílẹ̀, wọ́n ṣe ní Jos. Ibrahim Babangida, ó dẹ̀ create local government fún class. Ẹ lọ wo táwọn tẹ́, ẹ lọ wo tá fi defend the El-Rufai. El-Rufai is the only person that removed secular indigenous dichotomy. He gave secular people equal rights in Southern Kaduna. How do you give Fulani seculars with the same rights with indigenous people? And you are coming to say, openly brag, where he's doing that in the name of patriotism. Ideology táwọn extremists in the CPC block. Nínú CPC block ní Northwest is the same ideology tí àwọn Igbo obedience Tony nínú party. Look at it very well. They have the same ideology. Both of them do not recognize and believe that Nigeria should be an indigenous country. They believe we should mix everything together. We should destroy now. They should be producing multi-ethnic babies, giving them money in order to eradicate our indigenous right and our identity. So that's exactly what I wrote. That's exactly what I believe. So when we look at Nigeria, for Nigeria to be stable, in Nigeria, 50 years, we don't know. 50 years, we are still going to be fighting wars. 50 years. And we don't know who is going to win. But it's going to be one of the most bloodiest thing in human history. Ogun, the Great African War, Congo, Rwanda, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Angola, 2008, is the most bloodiest war since the Second World War. 10 million people died. 2008 na pari ogun yẹn. Imagine Nigeria. In táwọn lọ́wọ́ den sọ ni. But àwọn alákatakí tí àwọn wèrè expansionists, they are pushing everybody to war in the name of creating their own Nigeria. They will gladly run away from Nigeria when Nigeria finally explodes. So what are we now saying? What we are saying is, we need to finally understand that state creation, one way or the other, will liberate and preserve minority indigenous if it is done properly, if it is properly negotiated under a democratic dispensation. State creation is extremely important because it is the basic unit of life of the Nigerian Federation. States are the basic unit of life of the Nigerian Federation. torí ẹni Tinubu fi ń ṣe nǹkan kan sìn ó tún fẹ́ ṣe local government autonomy because wọ́n ti weaponize state structure yẹn for hegemony, Fulanization, expansionism, Igboization. And it's the truth. It is the truth. State structure only àwọn extremists nílọrin tán fi fẹ́ mọ annex openly. Mo rí wèrè kan tó ń sọ fún mi àwọn máa annex sí Moro, àwọn máa exterminate Shao kingdom. This is a kingdom that has over 300,000 people and they are saying it. And àwọn tó wà níbẹ̀ are Yoruba people. They are using the state structure to exterminate our people. The Moro local government in Okioyi, in Asa local government. But once if fi religion, Islam, what if di àwọn kan èèyàn kan lọ́mọ́nú, ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀, he's a fake Muslim. I want to say nationalist. Anybody that exposes them is a fake Muslim. Honestly, a lot of our people are not mentally intelligent to come and ask questions anymore. They know. So anybody can easily manipulate them. So I've been able to run through a lot of things that has happened. So Sherry, Awolowo bá type Awolowo ní mindset Akintola ni, which was very radical, combative. Awolowo bá survive. Kò bá bàbá Yorùbá ríṣẹ́ ṣe. But Awolowo rí àwọn Yorùbá pé he loved Yoruba too much, more than himself. Don't love Yoruba too much more than yourself. Àwọn èèyàn wá máa gba 3,000 naira láti lọ fi májèlé sóúnjẹ. I'm not, it's true. Yoruba people will do it. They will do it. They will do it. So we cannot continue to pamper some of our people anymore. No. No. Because this is a conservative, is a vehicle. It is a place that will defend the Yoruba race in the next 30 years. It's a conservative, so it's a 2023 election. It's a 2027 election. Ọjọ́ ń bọ̀ tẹ́kù ò ní ké bí eku, tẹ́yẹ ò ní ké bí ẹyẹ, tọ́mọ èèyàn ò ní fọhùn bọ́mọ ènìyàn, àwa nìkan ló máa kú o. Because we are prepared to fight that battle. Ẹ lọ wọ àwọn tí wọ́n ti empower. Ẹ lọ wọ àwọn Muhammed, àwọn Bashir, àwọn Pantami, àwọn tí wọ́n empower láti take over lọ́dọ̀ àwọn Buhari ní North, àwọn El-Rufai. Those are extremists. Extremists.